Recently, I had to get a new piece of equipment for a job, and I just thought I'd do a little field test and review, and it's the GoPro Max. What better way to do a review than go and exploring some ice caves? So I'm going to show you a bit of the film first, or whatever you want to call it, vlog film, about the ice caves. It was more of a photo adventure than a video adventure, but I'm just going to show you that right now, and I filmed most of it on this. And then at the end of the video, I'll just talk about things that I liked and didn't like and what I learned and all that stuff. So let's get to it. Might go in a bit, but... Woo! He did. Oh my god, now it's going. But feels good. Just trekked into this little horseshoe valley here. Matt's up there already. Don't know if you can see him. And the ice caves are just down here. I can already start to see their color a little bit, so let's make our way there now. This last bit is deceptively far. Like, I've been walking for ages and it still seems far away. 10, 15, 20 minutes away. It's crazy. It's taken like 3.5 hours to get here, but it's looking really good. I'm pretty exhausted. Now we gotta climb through this to find some good stuff. I took off my snowshoes too early. I regret that. Always unpredictable, so you gotta be careful.
Oh, you legend. Perfect.
Absolutely epic day out. So good. I'm so tired, but so worth it. Shots are great. Good adventure. So pumped. Now it's just 2 hours back to the car. I didn't know what to think of 360 cameras for a long time. It's not something that I was like, boy, I really need to do that, but it's something that was always in the back of my mind that I wanted to try, and since I needed to get one for the job, I tried it, and I actually really like it. I dig it. I'm definitely new at this, and I could have probably done things a lot smoother, but I just kind of wanted to give it a shot and experiment with it. I always think it's important to be experimenting and trying new things, and this was definitely new for me. And it was just an interesting way of capturing and telling a story. It's recording everything, so you have to pick the points and like set them and move the camera this way. It's almost like I'm picking up a camera for the first time again and I'm going like this, I'm going like this. It's not as smooth and as cinematic as I would like it to be, but I think it was a cool experiment for sure. And you know, my main focus that day was to sort of get the photos and be safe, of course. If you're holding it like this pole will kind of not be in your shot and it'll erase and it'll look like the camera is floating in front of you. And that's a really cool effect to have. Keep it fresh.
Yeah, that is so cool.
And then you can kind of stick this out the window and it looks like I mean, I haven't got it perfected yet, but it's kind of like it's floating beside the car. Sort of like a drone, not as good, not as high. And then I had it over the top of the roof too, and it just gives you these more interesting layers. One of the things that I would probably change is like, I would, just in my own workflow, is I would still do the cinematic videos, kind of like this. Having the GoPro, just quickly grabbing it out and being able to vlog, I think is really cool. One of the things I don't like is doing the vlogging with a cell phone, and it's always like harder if you're on the side of a mountain or somewhere where you can't really reach in your bag for a camera. So I was always using my cell phone.
I didn't really want to do cell phone vlogging, but I literally can't move right now because it's so steep.
And I didn't really like the cell phone, although the qualities of cell phones just keep getting better and better. But even still, I wanted something a little bit different. And having the GoPro in a situation where I'm on the side of a mountain, just quickly grabbing it out and being able to vlog, I think is really cool. And just saying something that I need to say to tell that story. And then in that moment, I can also flip it around and capture other things that are happening all in that moment. And then sort of in post, go in and create the angles that I want to create. It does have a screen on the back. What I really love about this is instead of using your phone, you can really control it with the screen. So when I was out in the ice cave day, I turned off the Wi-Fi, which saved a lot of battery. And then you can kind of see it. So when you're vlogging like this, you can kind of see yourself a little bit, and then you can flip it around and kind of see the other environments. Although it's 360, you don't have to move that much. But when you're moving, it does add a whole nother effect, which is kind of cool. It's fun to put it behind your feet and collect all those filming angles you need. A couple of the downsides. Right now, I haven't figured out a good post workflow for this. It's a bit finicky. You have to like go in and export it. With the Ice Caves vlog, that took me a couple of nights to do. Normally, I just import the footage right into Final Cut Pro, but there's all these extra steps. So hopefully they fix that and make that a little bit easier so you can just go straight from the card straight to editing. Because right now, the time on that to export the video is kind of, it's not good, and I can't produce content as fast as I'd like. It does go straight to your phone for stories, so in terms of making your Insta stories or Facebook stories more interesting, I think it does a good job on that. Now, it doesn't do any slow-mo of any sorts, which, you know, people are complaining about that a little bit. Eventually, I think they'll come out with a GoPro Max that has some slow motion on it, and that would be cool. In some of the frames where I was trying to like focus on a moment, there was a bit of the line for the stitching. So you can kind of see some of the lines in the stitching, but for the most part, it's pretty clean. Now this rod I just got, I didn't have it on the ice adventure. I had just this other older GoPro pole. This one extends out to 8 feet. So this one would be ideal, I think, for the next adventure. This rod is about 200 bucks and the GoPro itself is about, I think I paid 700 Canadian. Maybe that's like $4.99, 500 US. So if you get this full setup, it's gonna be over $1,000 Canadian, and honestly I probably wouldn't have gotten it unless I needed it for this job, but I'm really happy that I have this now. I'm gonna use this all the time, and I'm gonna add a little bit more cinematic stuff, so yeah, I'm pretty stoked on that. If you're interested in getting one, I'd highly recommend it. So there it is, that's my GoPro-ish review on the GoPro Max 360. I really like it, and yeah, I kinda highly recommend it. If you need it, go for it.